In 1920, it was evident that San Fernando Academy could no longer accommodate the rapidly increasing number of Adventist youth of high school age in Southern California. After much prayer, many committee meetings, and much searching on the part of the leaders in Southeastern California Conference, the site on which La Sierra University now stands was purchased in 1922. Work began on the boys' dormitory on July 5. School opened October 3, 1922, with 84 students enrolled. The first floor of what is now called South Hall housed classrooms and a chapel that served as a space for worship. On October 19, this infant school was officially named La Sierra Academy, and 2 days later, the La Sierra Seventh-day Adventist Church was organized. Mrs. H.R. Miller, La Sierra Church's first church clerk, recorded the early history of what would become the La Sierra University Church. The first entry reads, La Sierra Church was organized October 21, 1922. Being necessary to have some body for action, a nucleus of members were voted in, and then these voted in still others present who signified their desire to become members, until nearly 90 were voted in. It then goes on to list the first officers of the church, and the meeting was presided over by Elder J.J. Nethery. The first council approved an offering schedule with 1 week each month for the poor, for church expenses, for the school fund, and for special expenses. Mrs. Miller's church board minutes through the years reported a wide range of issues, from voting in new members to dismissing others due to apostasy. But she always emphasized God's presence with a recurring phrase, God came close. The new church held prayer meetings on Wednesdays, Friday Vespers, Sabbath day-long gatherings, Bible studies for young people, week-long revivals, and social gatherings, all while the students and teachers studied and worked at school. The first campus instructional building, La Sierra Hall, provided the second gathering place for the charter members of the La Sierra Church. The church had a home within the school. That home came with a price tag, however. The first recorded payments made by the La Sierra Church covered a monthly rental fee of $18 remitted to La Sierra Academy and Normal School. Hull Memorial Auditorium was built in 1936, and the 700 seats in this auditorium surely would accommodate the growing school and community. Then Loma Linda Foods came to La Sierra. The community of Adventists mushroomed and Hull Memorial Auditorium overflowed. In October 1943, plans were laid for a church building with a seating capacity of 1,200, which before construction was altered to seat even more. Loma Linda Foods and La Sierra College donated the land on which the church now stands. On January 21, 1946, the church broke ground on a new Spanish-style church facility as part of the post-war building surge. Situated on land contributed by the college and Loma Linda Foods, the sanctuary would be the largest Adventist church in the state of California and the largest church of any denomination in the city of Riverside. At the groundbreaking, the college president, Lowell R. Rasmussen, told the crowd that our fathers built church and college side by side, that faith might permeate the college, and the intellectual development of the college might be of service to the church. The fact that church and campus continue to partner, he noted, strengthened the vitality of each. Construction concluded in 1947 and an official dedication followed in 1950. Over time, the congregation housed in the church would be called by several names: College Church, the La Sierra Church, the La Sierra Collegiate Church, and the La Sierra University Church. In 1947, the first candlelight concert was held during Christmas time, a tradition which continues to the present. The sanctuary would anchor church members, the campus, and residents of the neighborhood, and still does so today. This past week, we had our first La Sierra University and La Sierra Academy combined week of spiritual emphasis with the sanctuary filled with students. The church is more than a building. It is sanctuary, a safe and sacred space. Over 70 nations are represented in the congregation. People come to celebrate marriages, to dedicate children, to grieve the loss of loved ones, to join in academic convocation, to participate in weeks of spiritual emphasis, to host graduations, to be baptized, to experience sacred space, to study scripture, to pray, to be in community, all between weekly worship from Sabbath to Sabbath. For a century, La Sierra University Church has existed as an educational community and a worship community, a higher ground where faith and learning have worked in tandem to magnify one another. With this rich history, a pregnant present, and our eyes towards the future, we build upon those who have come before as we seek to bring wellness to our community. As such, our present mission statement reads, "We gather weekly for worship with the Bible open to hear fresh words from ancient sacred stories, seeking always to be relevant, raw, and wrestling with our faith. Dependent on the Spirit, we strive to be a community of Jesus followers who are authentic, transparent, inclusive, and compassionate."